Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum girls. Hopefully all of you are fine and safe in your homes. Today's my lecture is about chemical equilibrium. It is unit number 9. Reversible and irreversible reaction. Reversible reactions are those in which reactants combine together to produce the product again decompose into the reactants. For example, formation of this sulfur trioxide from the sulfur dioxide and oxygen. Sulfur dioxide and oxygen, these are the reactants, and sulfur trioxide is the product. It is a reversible reaction because as the sulfur trioxide form, after some time it again convert back into its reactant, that is sulfur dioxide and oxygen. These reversible reactions never go to completion. Now, why this reaction never go to completion? Because reactants transform into the product, and when reasonable amount of the product is formed, it again transform into its reactant. That's why they never go to completion. And these are denoted by the or shown by the double arrow. The few other examples are of the formation of ammonia from nitrogen and hydrogen, formation of nitrogen dioxide from the nitrogen and oxygen. In this slide you can see the graph between the concentration and the time. Concentration on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. Sulfur dioxide and oxygen, these are the reactants, and sulfur trioxide is the product. At the zero time you can see that the concentration of sulfur trioxide, it is shown in the yellow line, it is 0, and as the time goes increasing, sulfur trioxide, concentration of this sulfur trioxide also increases. But the concentration of sulfur dioxide and oxygen, at the start it is in very high amount, but with the passage of time this concentration decreases. You can see these green and red lines, these are towards the decrease. And at stage reach, when the concentration of sulfur trioxide and sulfur dioxide and oxygen, it become almost equal. What do you mean that this concentration equal? No, it means that rate of the forward reaction, which reaction? In which sulfur trioxide is formed from sulfur dioxide and oxygen, and rate of the reverse reaction, in which sulfur trioxide again decompose into the sulfur dioxide and oxygen, it will equal. Rate of the forward and reverse reaction becomes equal. And when this stage reach, in which rate of forward and reverse reaction becomes equal, it is called the chemical equilibrium. Chemical equilibrium is also called the dynamic equilibrium because at this stage, reaction between the reactant and product do not stop, but rate of the forward reaction and rate of the reverse reaction, it becomes equal. According to the law of mass action, the rate at which substance react is directly proportional to its active mass. Now, what is this active mass? Active mass means the concentration of the reactants that react together to form into the product. Concentration or quantities of the reactants which will play a key role in the formation of the product, it is called the active mass. So the rate at which any substance react will be proportional to its active mass, and the rate at which a reaction will proceed will be directly proportional to the product of the active masses of the reactants. Now, greater is the concentration of reactant, greater will be the concentration of the product. Just like A and B, these are two reactants, they combine together to form the product C. Concentration of this C will be greater when the concentration of the active masses of this A and B substances will be greater. These active masses or the concentration, they are shown in the square brackets as given below. Now the derivation of the equilibrium constant expression. How can we derive? Take a general reaction. Small a capital A plus small b capital B gives us the small c capital C and small d capital D. These capital letters A and B are the reactant and C and D are the product. And small letters A and B, these are the active masses or the number of moles of the reactants participating in the chemical reaction. And small c and small d are the number of moles of this product formed. Now according to the law of mass action, forward reaction will be greater when the concentration of reactants will be greater. So rate of forward reaction is proportional to the concentration of A and the B. So this proportionality sign will be diminished by replacing it with a Kf. Kf stand for the rate of the forward reaction. So rate of forward reaction will be equal to the Kf concentration of the A, concentration of the B, each raised to the power of its coefficients. Now rate of the reverse reaction will be proportional to the concentration of the C and D. These are our products. So greater the concentration of the product, rate of the backward reaction will be greater. So reverse reaction is proportional to the concentration of C and D. This proportionality will be replaced by the Kr. K rate of reverse reaction is equal to the Kr concentration of the C and D raised to the power their coefficients. Now this Kf and Kr, these are the rate constant for the forward and reverse reaction. Now what happens at the equilibrium stage? Rate of forward reaction becomes equal to the rate of reverse reaction. Now forward reaction is Kfa, product of the A and B raised to the power to their coefficients, equal to the Kr, product of the concentration of C and D raised to the powers to their coefficient. When we will rearrange this equation, we will get the ratio Kf over Kr, that will be equal to the product of the C and D divided by product of the A and B, each raised to the power to their coefficients. Now this Kf and Kr, it can be replaced by another constant, that is the Kc. This Kc is the equilibrium constant expression, and this equilibrium constant expression is equal to the concentration of the product product of the concentration of product to the divided by product of the concentration of reactant, each raised to the power of their coefficients in the balanced chemical equation. Now this Kc is equal to the Kf over Kr, and this Kc we will write down that product in the numerator and reactant in the denominator. Now according to this, the definition of this equilibrium constant is as it is the ratio of the product of concentration of product to the product of concentration of reactant, each raised to the power equal to the coefficient in the balanced chemical equation. This Kc value is independent of the initial concentration of reactants but only depends on the temperature. Now how can we write down the equilibrium constant expression? Here example 9.2 is given. In this, 3 reactions are given. You will not consider this one reaction as in the example, but you will consider it as 3 different reactions and write down their Kc differently. Just like in the first reaction, carbon and water reacting together producing the carbon monoxide and hydrogen. In the second reaction, carbon monoxide and hydrogen reacting together producing the methane and water. And in the third reaction, carbon monoxide and hydrogen react together to produce the methane and water. In these 3 reactions, when we will write down the Kc for each of one, we will write down the product in the numerator and reactant in the denominator. As in this slide, you can clearly see that I have write down it for you. In the first, I have put the plus sign between the carbon monoxide and hydrogen. It is wrong expression. You will not write down in this way. it is the product, and when you will consider the product, you cannot put the positive sign, plus sign inside this carbon monoxide and hydrogen. There must be no plus sign. It is a wrong expression. The right expression, it will be the product, as in the expression number 2 and expression number 3. For the reaction number 2 and reaction 3, you can see clearly these are the product. No sign of positive or any other sign will be there.